full of liquor, then we die. In it, pull him to the side, let me slide. In it.
Hey guys, I was supposed to record this days ago, but I couldn't due to like scheduling conflicts or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I have my nephew with me, so if you hear like random sounds, it's because he's sleeping right next to me as I'm trying to like do this, because it's our weekend with them. So yeah, so don't forget to check out my social medias down below and subscribe and share my videos if you enjoy. But today we will not be talking about Afmao. I talk about her a lot, I know, but we'll be talking about another like a Minecraft YouTuber I used to follow heavily back in the 2010s. I'm saying the 2010s because she's taken a long hiatus of her Minecraft stories. I'm pretty sure they stopped making them, so yeah, they won't be coming back to them, sadly, I'm pretty sure, but if they do, yay. If they don't, oh well. But we'll be talking about the creator, Itfunny. I'll be going into some of her stuff and her storylines of her, just the way I know her and like my thoughts and opinions on her stories and all that. But yeah, I found Itfunny back in, I think, 2016, 2015-ish, around the same time I found Afmao. And because I was looking for a lot of creators that were doing Minecraft stories and stuff, so I was really excited to find her because it was just like a really big shock for me. But she was basing her stuff off of Yandere Simulator. I do not support anything having to do with that game, so yeah, but her stuff was based off a Yandere Simulator, but then it kind of spiraled into its own thing that I genuinely enjoyed as a child. That was just like a different thing in its own right, and I wish he finished it, but it is what it is. I know there were some like problems when it came to the software they were using, which is an understandable thing because I have a lot of problems with the softwares I use when it comes to gaming and trying to record. And yeah, I just kind of stopped until I'm able to afford new software. So yeah, but I deeply enjoyed the stories and everything about it. So we're gonna go into like what the story is and some of the characters. If I go on random tangents, that's just what it is. But Itfunny. She had several stories, like several Minecraft roleplays, but the one I was obsessed with was her Yandere Simulator one. A lot of shit happened in it. Hers was actually more lighthearted than a lot of other people's like Minecraft roleplays. Like a lot of people had like darker adult themes, while she had more light ones, which I could appreciate for the time because I was pretty young watching the really dark shit like Sam Gladiator. That was a time. But yeah, I appreciate it so much now that I'm older and more able to understand all of these things. But the story that we get like told, it starts off with like Funny and her best friend Gold, who was played by her sister. They get transferred to this school in America or Japan. No, they're in America because a character we meet later is from Japan, and then we find out that Funny and Gold are from Canada. So yeah, but Funny and Gold are from Canada, and they go to school at Yandere High in America, which is really fucking funny to me because like some of the shit they like talk about are like, I didn't get that it was like regional. Like they were talking really weird, but I was also used to people from like California's videos, and they would call slushy Slurpees, and I would always get really confused on what the fuck people are talking about when they talk really weird like that. But that's because I'm so used to like how I talk, because I'm from Ohio, and Ohioans talk really funny too. So yeah, but I'm sorry, I need a drink of water. But yeah, so the story goes with Funny and Gold living in their apartment, and they're just living their high school lives. There's like them doing stuff with their teacher, but that's before they fully started getting like stories and shit. But there was like the first like hint of a story is when a girl gets murdered. She gets pushed off the fucking roof of the school. Mind you, I'm not gonna remember everything. I did not do a rewatch of this. I should have, but I did not want to because I'm dealing with college stuff. I will get to doing a rewatch if I have more thoughts about it, but for now, we're just going off of my memory. But a girl gets pushed off the roof. Do I remember this girl's name? Hell no. But we do find out her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend, we're just gonna call him Senpai. He has a real name. I forget what his real name is, but everybody mostly calls him Senpai, so that's what I'm remembering his name by. But Senpai's friend James' girlfriends get pushed off the school, and then James is going crazy, and yeah. But we find out that the person who pushed her off the roof was Yandere-chan, because she's from Yandere Simulator. She was a character that they implemented into their roleplay series that was really interesting to me. But yeah. Yandere-chan, I don't think we learned I don't remember the full motive of why she murdered her. I don't remember why she murdered this girl. I just remember she gets pushed off, and then when you see a bunch of blood and shit, and I'm like, oh damn, a girl got murdered at school. That's crazy. Dugo's like, we'll see a lot of like random shit where they'll like kind of tie back to like that first murder. You won't get like a lot of things tied back to it, but there are like moments where somebody mentions something and then it's like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened, and it correlates to like, oh yeah, Yandere-chan most definitely fucking did something about it. Like when she murdered that one dude's girlfriend, remember when she did that? And it's like, yeah, I don't think they knew where they were going with the story, but I appreciated it for what it was. So yeah. But if you hear like rustling, I'm in my bed recording this, so like yeah. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. Funny. Oh, my nephew scared me. Okay, so Funny and Gold live in the apartment building, and not the apartment, the dorms. They live in the dorms, and a new girl moves in named Valerie, and Valerie is from Japan, and I didn't understand what the fuck was happening at first, because I was like, why is she doing these things? Because I didn't really know much about like stuff like that, because I wasn't into anime at the time, so like they kept making anime references that I did not fucking get until I was older, when I fully started watching anime like a year or two later. So when they were making these jokes, I was really fucking confused. But yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm giggling a lot because of sleep deprivation. But yeah, so the story gets pushed more and more. We find out Yandere-chan is in love with Senpai, but Senpai is dating Valerie because him and Valerie fall in love at some point, or yeah. But we also find out Yandere-chan is really good friends with like most people in the school. Most people in the school like her, but in the video game, most people don't have much of an opinion about her. But she's also rich, and her mom and dad, we never fucking see them. I think we see like a flashback of her mother, maybe. I think. Don't quote me on that. Never quote me. Never. But yeah. So I say a lot, I'm sorry. But we get to like the whole thing where stuff starts to happen. Funny and Gold spend the night at Yandere-chan's house because Gold has a fucking spending addiction, and she spent all of her and Funny's money, so they get kicked out of the fucking dorms. And then they have to move in with Yandere-chan for like a second until they move in with their friend Kyron, who they met at school like one time, and then they kind of just moved in with this dude. Yeah. But as they were at Yandere-chan's house, they saw a book, and not to mention they heard creepy ass whistling and shit. And it's like, oh yeah, she's definitely a fucking murderer. I don't think a lot of people fucking knows this bitch is a fucking murderer, because she's murdered multiple people that we see, and she plans on doing a lot more. Yeah. But yeah. But they finally move in with Kyron, like after they just fucking bolted out of Yandere-chan's house, and they start making friends with Kyron, and Kyron is this dude they met at school one day, and he has a crush on Gold. But yeah. But we also, there was like another thing that happened at the school, something, I forget what happened, but everybody gets called to the police station, and they start trying to interrogate the students, and we specifically see this red-haired kid, but we don't know who he is. Excuse me, I just took, like, something just happened. I think I had a hiccup, I don't know. But we meet this red-haired kid. Kyron knows who he is, but we don't. Apparently Funny has seen him around the school before, and she has a crush on him. And Kyron's like, no, 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 you can't like him. He's bad news. He's bad. Apparently, those two like they were best friends in like elementary school. They've known each other most of their lives or their whole lives. And he's like, no, 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 bad. And Funny is just like ignoring Kyron. And every time Kyron tries to tell her no, she's just like, I'm gonna do what I want. I appreciate that genuinely. But with that, Funny and that red hair boy kind of date. It was like that weird high school, middle school thing where it's like, I like you, and weird shit. But red-haired kid, he's like, I have to stay away from you because I'm a vampire. I'm kidding. That was a Twilight reference. If it was a really bad Twilight reference, I know, but it was funny to me. But no, he's working for Yandere-chan, and Yandere-chan is a fucking murderer, and he knows she's a murderer. He knows everything that bitch has done. He's worked with her, and he's trying to get away, but he's doing it because he's trying to support his mother and his sister because their dad fucking left them. And I'm just like, yeah, get that money, boy, get it. But also, you're working with a fucking murderer. I can't talk. I've joked about being like secretly a serial killer. I'm not. I swear I've scared a lot of people with jokes like that, but I'm not. But yeah. But I like him. He's a great character. We're gonna keep calling him Red Hair Boy because I can't remember his name at the moment. So Redhead Boy is his name now. But Redhead Boy has a sister, and Funny thinks that he is two-timing her with this girl, but we find out that it's his sister. So yeah, that was like a quick side plot. But back to the main plot. Yandere-chan is there's still creepy shit happening around the school, like random ghost events, or like the school burns down at some point. I forget when, but the school burns down. I forget who the fuck set the school on fire. I think it was Yandere-chan trying to get rid of some evidence, but somebody definitely burnt the fucking school down. But with that, I'm skipping a lot of shit because I want to get to my theories, but I'm skipping a lot of shit. But with that, that was a big breath. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got really scatterbrained. But with that, we jump to the season finale of season 1, where everything goes down. Valerie had broke her leg at a talent show prior with Yandere-chan. I'm pretty sure Yandere-chan planned for her to break her leg, and everybody is trying to throw the summertime beach blowout party, but Valerie's not feeling it because her leg's broken. Hello. But Senpai wants her to go, but he's like, I'm gonna just let you do what you do, and she stays in her dorm. Everybody else is at the beach bonfire party, and Yandere-chan fucking goes over to see Valerie, and then she murders Valerie. And Valerie was like, I thought we were best friends, and she's like, we were, but you had what I wanted, and so I have to get rid of you. And I'm like, damn, bitch really knew what she wanted. I approve of this, but also I really don't, because I loved Valerie. And then Valerie just fucking died. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. When I was I think I was 11 or 12 when this shit happened. No, I was 11 because it was 2017, because I remember. So, when it all went down, I was just like, damn, they done did that. They done fucking murdered her. So yeah. And then we're jumping to season 2, where a lot more shit happens. Senpai and Yandere-chan kinda start dating, but not really. I don't know how to explain what happened, but their school gets merged with another school, and they get built with another school. No, they don't get merged. They build another school and get a new principal, and yeah. But with that came some more characters, like Evan. Evan was a blue-haired dude. I don't know if he liked Funny, but I thought Evan and Funny were super cute as a child, but I was also still on the same team as Red-haired boy. But Red-haired boy was very sneaky. He was doing some shit he shouldn't have been doing, so I liked Evan. And you can't stop me, because I loved Evan, bro. Evan was my fucking boy. Yeah, but we kind of see Evan and... Oh, Red-haired boy's name is Alex. Sorry. Alex and Evan kind of go head-to-head of, Funny. But I don't know if they were going to go fully into, Evan liked Funny. I don't know, because it got cut towards it was either the middle or the end of season 2. I don't remember, but there were a lot of cliffhangers and questions that were left. but there were also like these two bully girls that got introduced. I don't remember their name. Samantha something. No, Brittany. Brittany's Better Than You and Brittany Wise, or Samantha Wise. I don't. I just remember thinking their names were fucking stupid. Yeah. I'm so sorry that I keep saying a lot. It's like a vocal stem right now. But the show is really interesting with like all the murders and stuff. I have we're gonna jump to my questions and theories. But like my questions and theories are, what the fuck happened? We find out that Kyron and red hair boy Alex, sorry, I keep doing that. But Kyron and Alex fall out at some point, but it's like we never find out why they fell out. And I would assume it happened around the same time Alex's dad left them, and Alex had to step up as like the man of the family. Like, yeah, Kyron was like he's like the oldest brother or the second oldest brother, but he isn't as like the forefront of his family like Alex is. Alex has to like keep his family afloat doing these shady businesses and stuff, trying to take care of his little sister, and his mom's working late shifts and stuff. And I understand, but I'm just like, what was that moment where they just stopped being friends? Oh, my nephew just scared me again. But yeah, I just need to know what was the full thing that made them stop. And I wanted to know if they were ever going to have Gold and Kyron get together, because Gold in the second season started getting with this blonde dude. He showed up randomly. I don't fucking remember anything about him. He just showed up and they were like, hey, there's this new kid. He transferred in from the rich kid school and he's really, really rich. And him and Gold are kind of dating or something. I don't remember. I'm going to rewatch it all so I can get like better thoughts, because like I was also really into this during my AFMAL phase. I'm still in my AFMAL phase, so suck it. But yeah, but I want to know if Gold and Kyron were never going to get together, because Gold was like, no, Kyron doesn't like me. And it's like, it's very fucking obvious this dude likes you. Like, it's incredibly fucking obvious. But, I get that, like, whole, we're just friends trope, even though I hate it as a thing, but other people like it. But, yeah. But I also, we learn about, season 2, one of the episodes, it was a Christmas episode. We learned about this like old lady whose like grandkids rolled something because there was a murder at the house around Christmas. And oh, I forgot to introduce you to one of the best fucking characters. I forget her name, but she was an investigator daughter. Her parents were like detectives or some shit, and she was investigating the murders and like what was happening at Yandere High. And I forget her name, but yeah, if I do another video, I'll remember her name, but I don't right now. But she's doing investigations of like everything that's happening. She's getting really close to like what's the secrets of everything. She's keeping Funny and Gold and like Kyron up to date with what's going on. She's doing like a lot of shit she shouldn't be, but I'm just like, what does she know? Because we never find out what was her. I don't think we find out what her reason of doing this was, because I was just like, what do you gain out of finding out what Yandere-chan is doing? Because a lot of people don't know what Yandere-chan is doing, but also I think she might have found out, but I don't think she fully knew what was Yandere-chan was doing. Like, but she was close friends with her, so I'm just like, does she know? Is she getting close to her just to like psych her out? Because I want to know. But there was this little old lady we got to meet around the Christmas episode, and she fucking has a stuffed cat husband. I just remember thinking that was just so fucking disturbing, but also really interesting. But yeah, she's like, my grandkids have the snowmobile, and she's senile as fuck, and I'm like, okay, who the fuck are her grandkids? And they're obviously working with Yandere-chan, and we meet these new characters in season 2 too. Because when Alex slowly starts to like disappear, like Funny hasn't seen or heard from him all summer, and then he just fucking appears and he's like kind of ignoring her. But like, yeah, but I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Who are these new people? We don't ever like get full stories, because once again, everything kind of just fell apart for Funny and her crew, and it was just really sad for me to just have so many questions and none of them be answered. Like, dude, you gotta know how fucking hard that is for me specifically. But yeah, but more questions of like, cause there's the ghost of Valerie, cause there was a thing where they did the zombie episode where it was like a zombie invasion at the school, which I think is fucking amazing. No school would actually do this because it's incredibly dangerous, but the teachers dressed up as zombies, teachers and parents, and the students had to try to like survive the zombie apocalypse. And I'm like, that's fucking so cool. That's so cool of a concept. But for me, if I was in high school and they did that shit to me, I would have to like opt out of participation because my like worst fear is the zombie apocalypse, and I would most definitely try to kill someone out of self-defense because I would forget it was not real. That's probably really bad. I'd forget that, but I also don't go to haunted houses because I don't like being scared, and I would punch an actor in the face. So yeah, but I think that episode was those. It was like 4 to 5 episodes. I think it was a really interesting concept. But with that, they found a house in the middle of the woods, outside of the school, that had Valerie's exact dorm in it, and it fucking set on fire. And Valerie was there trying to talk to Funny and Gold, her fucking ghost. And it's like multiple times where her ghost popped up. Like Megan's friend, no, not Megan. Valerie's friend had a friend named Megan from Japan. I didn't mention her because she's not that big of a deal. She had a giant crush on Kyron, but Kyron didn't like her back, and yeah, but she's weird. I love Megan, but like she's fucking weird and annoying. But she saw Valerie a lot, and her and Valerie were trying to figure out the memories that Valerie lost, and it's just so interesting because we see Valerie multiple times, and she's trying to figure out what happened to her because she can't remember Yandere-chan fucking murdered her. One of her close friends fucking murdered her. It just can't come to mind to her of that's what the fuck happened. And I feel so bad because it's like she's just in purgatory with like the thought of like all of these things. She's trying to get back to her boyfriend. She's trying to figure out all these things, and nobody else knows this is happening. Everybody else is just trying to figure out what happened was, because Funny and Gold don't even truly know if Valerie was murdered or not, because I think her name was Melissa. I think the detective girl's name was Melissa, and Melissa was trying to tease them and like, hey, Valerie didn't, her house didn't just catch on fire. Somebody fucking murdered her. And they're like, are you sure somebody murdered her? And it's like, yes, somebody fucking murdered her. And it's like so interesting to watch it all unfold in the storyline. But yeah. But I also question, what does Senpai know? Senpai, every girl in school is weirdly in love with him. Like during the zombie episode, every girl kidnaps him and takes him into their fucking cult of Senpai, and then they worship him and bring him shit. And I'm just like, what is this like thing Senpai has that make all the girls fall in love with him? Because younger me when I was in elementary, like young me had a huge fucking crush on Alex and the other guy, I forget his name, blue hair dude and Alex, red hair dude and blue hair dude. I had giant crushes on those two, and I just couldn't see the appeal of Senpai. I just couldn't. But it's like, yeah, but what is making all these girls fall madly in love with him? Yandere-chan, she's supposed to have like the Yandere effect of whatever the fuck, where like this one person can cure all her craziness and she only sees the world in black and white and blah blah blah. The whole story of that came from the fucking game, and the game is so fucking stupid because it's just so dumb of like how the story writing is. But I digress. But I want to know what the fuck has all these girls going crazy over Senpai specifically. To me, he just looks like some mediocre ass motherfucker, and that's just me though. But I also want to know, what does Funny and Gold know? Do they feel suspicious of anything? Because what we see is like they're happy, they're go lucky, they don't know anything that's happening. They're just here for the ride. They don't know what's going on. And I question everything. I'm questioning who knows what, who's aware of what, who is like conscious. Because I feel like Kyron knows what's going on, but he's not saying anything. Because he is most definitely conscious enough to know what's going on. Because Alex was his best friend for years. And this shit, he would be like, I know what the fuck you're doing. And I'm so sure they've had that conversation of like, you need to stop doing this for her. And you need to stop working with her. Because he said that Alex was not someone you want to get mixed up with too Funny. But Funny didn't listen. Even though I do love Alex. Alex is a good dude who's just trying to like keep his family afloat. But there is something beneath that is just like, this motherfucker has done some shit that Kyra knows about that is very dark. But like, with that, I have more questions and more thoughts of what the fuck happened, but they stopped doing the videos, they stopped doing the storyline. I don't know if they'd ever come back, but if they did, I would be that first fucking person waiting for those videos to come out. Like for Afmao, I was waiting. So if they ever did announce that they would be finishing the story, I will be there with questions and analyzing those videos to come back to you guys for, because like Afmao has not posted another video, so I won't be analyzing anything of hers as of lately, but until then I'm just doing what I do. But yeah, don't forget to check out my social medias. I will be trying to upload a video every Sunday and every Friday. Wrestling content will always come out Fridays, and makeup content will try to come out Sundays, depending, because I am in school. Do not forget that. But like, I'm also working on my own schedule and doing freelance, like braiding hair and some other stuff. So I'm working on my own pace. But I hope you guys enjoy this makeup look. And I'm just gonna sign off here. Bye.
It's been a few weeks. I need a free. As you and me. Back of the G. Back of the G. Back of the G. You my love. Free.
Me a little free like this. Me a nigga reminisce. Me a nigga come real quick. You know that. You can put it on no tip. Tongue up. 'Cause I don't want